Hello guys, my name's Todd and welcome to my shop. I just finished up a sharpening station and I thought there was some things that somebody else like myself might get out of this. When I was researching to build this, I didn't really see anyone else who had put the things together that I wanted. So I thought I would make this video and quickly kind of go over, and maybe someday it'll help you if you ever decide to build something similar. The base is all big box lumber store, just yellow pine. It was 2x4s that I milled the edges off of so that it wouldn't have the 2x4 look. Everything's mortise and tenon together. I hold the mortises and with the dowel pins. The sides are all plywood that I dadoed into the post. And the back is the same. And then the top is 2 sheets of 1-inch Lexan that I had left over from another job, and I use it for a lot of stuff. I love it. And you know, if you don't have Lexan, I was originally going to build this with wood. I bought enough lumber store wood to make everything, including the top, out of wood for under $100. So that'll give you an idea of what it would cost. The drawer slides, I did kind of splurge and get full extension drawer slides in it. But anyway, the top, it's 2 pieces of Lexan, and the top piece of Lexan, I just took a jigsaw and cut out for my surface plate and for the water stone bath. Where that's good is none of this moves. My water stones don't move, but I have somewhere for the water to go, and they both drain. I'm able to flip this around and use wet dry sandpaper on it so I can flatten the backs of chisels or, well, whatever, a plane sole. It's very useful. You can even sharpen on it with sandpaper. Take some adhesive and spray on it. But one of the interesting features that I hadn't seen many people do was I don't have water in my shop, and I needed water out here. So what I ended up doing, I saw other people doing versions of this, but I had a metal cutting bandsaw that I never used coolant on. And the pump was laying in the bottom of it, and it's basically an aquarium pump that is in a bucket. I wired the pump into a foot switch so that it comes on whenever I touch the foot pedal, and which is a very nice feature. I'm able to just touch the foot pedal, I get a little water, and then I let off of it and I can continue sharpening. So just like any good bench, if you sharpen with stones, you need to go to a strop in the end. So I've mounted a strop on here. One of the good neat features about it, it's just a piece of leather mounted to I think this is a piece of walnut that I had. And in the top, I mounted a series of small 1/8 pins that I use to hold it in place. I'm able to remove the pins anytime I want to and have a flat bench, and it works very well. That is something I would recommend to anyone. You can do, before I had mounted my wicket edge on a table like that. This it's a distance finder for my homes, and it goes on the same way. I just take it and use a couple of pins in it and put them in here, and if I can get it on there while I'm videoing, it'll be nice. But there we go, and it stays on there. I'm able to put it in a drawer. It works great like that. As far as what I keep in here, I keep everything in here for hand sharpening. I've got another station that I do more powered sharpening, where I'm resetting a bevel on something. I use a Sorby belt grinder for that and just keep it good and cool. But this is all hand sharpening. It's chisels, planes, knives, anything that I do like that. It's a quick touch up and so forth. So in this drawer, I've got a couple of Shapton water stones up. They're 2,000, 4,000, and I've got an 8,000 up at the top. Then I've also got 3 diamond stones down here, a extra fine, a medium, and a coarse. And basically the extra fine I think is 2200, the medium's 600, and the coarse one's 300 or something like that. And then down here is just some other things. I use this to hone up the blade on a knife. It's just a ceramic rod that I put a handle in. I think I did a video on this. Then I've got a burnisher for card scrapers, and another oil stone that my father gave me when I was young, and I don't use it much anymore, but I like to have it there. It always reminds me of him. Then in this door, this is where I normally store the wicked edge. I've also got a few things for my Tormek in here, my drill guide and a couple of guides. Most of the stuff for the Tormek's in that one, and then in this top drawer is my guides. I really like a Lee Nielsen honing guide. I just got these recently, and I can't believe it took me so long to get them. I was using one of the cheap $14 ones, and if you've been frustrated with them, you'll know why. Good be it on people who can get a perfect beveled edge without a guide. I tend to touch my stuff up by hand, but when I want to reset a bevel, I always go to a guide. I gave the Veritas a real good shot, and I like it for certain things, but my go-to now is the Lee Nielsen, and use this to set my distance, my protrusion. And so that is pretty much covers the bench. I hope you guys get something out of this. I know if you've got any questions, or I am working on plans for this, but I don't have anything done yet. I'll probably offer them up free as soon as I get them. But feel free to comment. I'm always open to suggestions, and I like to hear what people have to say. I know it's overkill for some people, but for me, I own a leather business. I do a ton of woodworking. I do metalworking, so I'm always sharpening something. So I hope it helps you guys out. As always, like and subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'll see you next time.